Hi, in a previous video we showed you how to start Initiator-based tests on the SandBlaze Virtualenv using the Multisystem Manager page and our pre-built test configurations that you can see here. If finer detail is needed, you can start tests using another method as well. In the left-hand menu there's an Initiator Quick Start link that you can click. Now what this will allow you to do is configure more fine-grained options for the individual tests. You can set test configuration options at the top. These are timeout values, as well as what to do in case of an error. So you can stop a test, have it continue, or stop all tests if an error is encountered. Finally, you can, at the bottom here, specify the type of test you want to run. You can start a simple read test, write test, compare test, or verify. The read, just does reads, write just does writes. Compare will do a write and then a read and verify the data, looking for data integrity. Checking a verify is similar to a compare, but it will only write once and then read many times and ensure that the data does not change. Once you select the base level test you want to run, you can specify a number of threads you want to run. This is similar to the number of outstanding IOs you want. Blocks per IO is the size of the IOs. If you input a -1, it will do random. IOs per thread is how many IOs to run before stopping the test. So you could put in a fixed number here, or you could leave it 0 and just have it run forever until somebody hits the stop button. IOs per pass is used for compare testing. This tells you how many writes to do before reading them back. By default, it just does one write, one read, one write, one read. But you can specify a number here and say, let's say, do 10 writes and then do 10 reads, and compare all the entire transfer. You can finally then set the seek type for the IO: sequential, random, min-max, or butterfly. The specific opcode you want to use. If you want to specify only doing, let's say, read 12s, you can put a 12 in here and it'll only send that command. Or you can pick random and it'll do a different SCSI opcode each time. If doing a test that involves writes, so we're like a write or a compare, this just makes you verify that you're okay with doing writes to this device, so you don't accidentally corrupt a disk you had cared about. So just make sure that is enabled if doing a write test. Also, if doing writes, you can specify the pattern you want to use to write. So it's either a random pattern, or we have some pre-built patterns in here that you can use. You can also create custom patterns, which are described in the manual. Finally, if you have multiple initiators configured on a port, you can pick which initiator to run the test from, or you can say run it from all of them and it will round robin pick one each time it runs an IO and use a different initiator. You can create up to 256 initiators on a port via the Initiator Quick Setup page. Finally, the ports are multipath aware, so if you had multiple initiator ports and they detected the same LUN via multiple paths, you can define which path to use when you start a test. So you could say use just one path, all paths, active optimized paths, or active non-optimized paths. Once you've set the parameters you want, you would simply hit apply, and that will start the test on the given port.